Oh my God, Johnny Somali right now can never come back to America. Yes, you heard that right. After being stuck in South Korea for more than 1 year, America's door has just shut on Johnny Somali. So you might be asking, how is this even possible? Here's how. In a recent statement, Donald Trump openly said that he does not want Somalis in America. Not criminals, not specific individuals, Somalis as a whole. And as you already know, Johnny Somali is Somali. So yes, his chances of ever stepping back into the USA were already slim. But after this statement, it's very clear now. America's door to Johnny Somali is practically slammed shut. And listen to what Trump actually said. He called Somali immigrants garbage and said they contribute nothing. He accused them of stealing billions of dollars every year from the state of Minnesota. He said their country is no good, that it stinks, and that America doesn't want them. And on top of all that, he told Somali immigrants to go back to where they came from and fix it. Now I want all of you to watch this Trump statement closely. Pay attention, listen carefully, so you can truly understand how deep Johnny Somali is in trouble. And I'm not talking a little trouble. I mean very, very deep trouble.
Waltz is a grossly incompetent man. There's something wrong with him, okay? There's something wrong with him. And when you look at what he's done with Somalia, which is barely a country, you know, they have no anything. They just run around killing each other. There's no structure. And when I see somebody like Ilhan Omar, who I don't know at all, but I always watch her for years. I've watched her complain about our Constitution, how she's being treated badly. Our Constitution, the United States of America, is a bad place. Hates everybody, hates Jewish people, hates everybody. And I think she's an incompetent person. She's a real terrible person. But when I watch what is happening in Minnesota, the land of 1,000 lakes, or however many lakes they have, they got a lot of lakes, but this beautiful place, and I see these people ripping it off, and now I'm understanding, and you're going to look at that, Scott, I hear they ripped off Somalians, ripped off that state for billions of dollars, billions, every year, billions of dollars, and they contribute nothing. The welfare is like 88%. They contribute nothing. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you, okay? Somebody would say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care. I don't want them in our country. Their country is no good for a reason. Their country stinks. And we don't want them in our country. I can say that about other countries too. I can say it about other countries too. We don't want them to hell. We have to rebuild our country. You know, our country's at a tipping point. We could go bad. We're at a tipping point. I don't know if people mind me saying that, but I'm saying it. We could go one way or the other. And we're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country. Ilhan Omar is garbage. She's garbage. Her friends are garbage. These aren't people that work. These aren't people that say, let's go, come on, let's make this place great. These are people that do nothing but complain. They complain. And from where they came from, they got nothing. You know, they came from paradise, and they said, this isn't paradise. But when they come from hell, and they complain, and do nothing but bitch, we don't want them in our country. Let them go back to where they came from and fix it.
Let me be very clear. I am not against Somalis, and I do not support Donald Trump for using harsh and disrespectful words toward an entire community. No group of people deserves to be attacked or insulted based on nationality. That kind of language is wrong, unfair, and dangerous. However, where I do stand firm is against Johnny Somali and his actions. Criticizing Johnny Somali is not the same as attacking Somalis as a whole. His behavior, his stunts, and the chaos he spreads online are the real problem here. This is an individual who consistently disrespects laws, cultures, and people, and that should have consequences. If Donald Trump or any government authority wants to take action, it should be targeted at Johnny Somali specifically, not an entire nationality. Someone like him can negatively influence kids and innocent people who watch his content and think that this kind of behavior is acceptable. That's why people like him, based on actions, not ethnicity, should be held legally accountable. Being against harmful behavior is justice. Being against an entire group of people is prejudice, and the two should never be confused. So just look at this post about what is going on with South Korean authorities. One post confirming that Johnny Somali has been very public about his hatred of Korean people and culture. Dumbass thinks freedom of speech will protect him, even though he has a history of censoring his critics. That doesn't apply to you in Korea, Johnny. So, while Johnny Somali and Hank Yu are looking at this, they are not taking it easily because they were able to get one charge dropped from Johnny Somali's charge list. But still, Johnny Somali's escape is a nightmare, while the authority denied freeing Johnny Somali from South Korea.
Your Honor, can I speak? I want to ask you if there's any way we could do expedited trial, because I've already been here for over 1 year in travel ban. I have family, I have obligations in America, and I want to have the right to a speedy trial.
I feel understand your situation, but more things happen to other alien defendants who have been around in this country for more than 2 years for pending trial.
So maybe after Johnny Somali and Hank Yu realize that South Korea will not easily let Johnny Somali go, Johnny Somali is going to be stuck in South Korea for a long time, like Vitaly Zadorovetsky in the Philippines. That's why maybe Johnny Somali and Hank Yu are now trying to manipulate the system and confuse the authorities about what to do next. Like in another post, you can see Hank Yu, Koth to Jews and Muslims. From Hank Yu's Facebook post, "Hey Johnny Somali, you're unscrupulous enough to sell out your own friends. Why not use this picture against Hanky Poo to get more money, seeing how you're a Muslim pretending to be a Jew?" So what this means is that Hank Yu and Johnny Somali are now trying to say things that could anger both Muslims and Jews, and the authorities might not be able to handle the situation due to all the controversy. And that's what you will see in another post, where some random media outlets are saying Johnny Somali is in jail and trying to apologize, while Johnny Somali is not actually in jail. This is another tactic from Johnny Somali and his crew, designed to confuse everyone and make them think Johnny Somali actually needs to apologize to the public. That's why they are acting like this. Even the legal mindset confirms that some of the media are actually trying to manipulate us. There are a lot of fake stories about Johnny Somali being jailed, apologizing, etc. circulating right now. So all of this that Johnny Somali is doing is to manipulate the public who have been following Johnny Somali's legal saga for a long time. Even the victims of his case could be confused by the situation and take wrong steps, which could allow Johnny Somali to change things at any time. And that's why Johnny Somali may be acting that way. I know I also said before that South Korea is not doing well to keep Johnny Somali free and is delaying the trial. I still will say that, but I will also say that the court doesn't need to hear what Johnny Somali expected from them, because Johnny Somali doesn't deserve that. Even the legal mindset talked about his issue.
Ramsey got up there and said, "Judge, I have family obligations," which is hilarious because we know Ramsey could care less about his family. He doesn't care about his family whatsoever at all. In fact, he's thrown them under the bus. He's yelled at them. I mean, he's fought with them. They've told him to stop doing what he's doing, and he won't do it. But he said, "Oh no, I have family obligations. I have to get back. I can't do anything." No, Ramsey. That is not what is going on here. And the judge didn't buy it. The judge just was a very cool cucumber. He just calmly denied it. It's absolute Chad. And the judge added in, and this is very important for you guys to understand, the judge told Ramsey some foreign defendants have been here waiting during trial for 6 years.
Lots of people are also concerned about this issue. One person commented, "I think that Ramsey Khalid Ismail, I understand he hates being called that, which is why I will call him that and not by JS, might have caused himself more trouble. Witnesses in a Korean court must show up for the trial to proceed. If they don't, yes, they will eventually have to pay a fine. From what I gathered from various sources, Korean courts have to hear from all sides about a situation, even if the charges are dropped. Also, to drop the charges, they have to have the person who drops the charges in court to explain why. I don't know when the court will lose patience. There are other foreigners waiting 2 years, for now, for their trials. The average normal trial is 809 days and growing. Ramsey might have given Bongbong the ability to let him stay in Korea for a long time. If she keeps not attending, and the court is willing to wait for her, if his excuses are considered valid, Ramsey could be in Korea for a long time. Another person said, "Johnny Somali is not a victim. He's a victim in his own delusional mind. It's his own fault that he kept breaking the law in South Korea, thinking American laws are universal. I can only hope that South Korea wouldn't make the same mistake Japan did by letting him go." So yeah, since Johnny Somali has acted shady in South Korea a lot, what will happen to him will be the biggest lesson for him. That's what we are all hoping for at this time.